Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Today, we are out here in Green Bean City, guys. We're down here getting ready to harvest out more green beans. As you all can see, we are loaded with green beans, guys. And so, it is actually about that time to come on out and pick. Now, my wife, she has been canning green beans like crazy. And what we're actually picking green beans for today is because, yes, we do have a couple orders of green beans to go on out. And so we're here to harvest some. All right. Now, if you all remember, you all can now actually go back to the video when I first planted out these green beans here, guys. Now, if you see how full and lush this green bean field is pretty much the way how I planted these green beans. I did not just planted one straight row. This right here is actually a garden bed that we have here, and we have right at about 3 rows of green beans in here. Some of the wider beds we have right at about 4 rows of green beans planted in them as well. Okay, and so hey, this is what it is looking like. And so we're here to come on in and pick some more green beans. And let me go ahead and get my little bin here. But if you all also know that these green beans here, guys, they are really, really prolific. We have they produce a lot. Okay, and if fall was not approaching right now, I do believe that we would still be able to get a little bit more harvest out of these green beans, because one of the thing is that we all know that whenever you come on in and harvest, um, you know, plants, they tend to put on more to give you a second yield out of them. Okay. Um, and even if y'all can see here, look at that. We still have a few more younger green beans that are coming out right here, guys. I don't think they will make it to where that we will get a second harvest because frost is up on us. Okay. Now, if you all know, this is not going to be uh, just me out here harvesting these green beans. It's actually going to be a family effort, guys, because it is a lot of green beans. Okay, it is quite a bit of green beans. Now, we did have a subscriber. I believe we had a couple of subscriber that was to ask the question, what variety of green beans do we have here, or what variety did we plant? And so the variety of beans that we planted here is actually uh, the Blue Lake green beans, guys. Bush beans, yes. Bush beans. And as y'all can see, it is very, very prolific. Now, if y'all remember, I want to say about, what's that, about a year, 2 years ago, I planted out, I did plant it out, this variety as well. And as y'all can see, if you probably go back to that video, same thing that it did for us here is what it did about a year or 2 years ago. I want to say that was about 2 years ago. Yeah, so we definitely love this variety of green beans here. All right.
Because it gives us a pretty wonderful yield.
Absolutely. And go ahead.
Yeah, it gives us a pretty wonderful yield in a shorter period of time.
That's right.
So we were, concerned that we hadn't planted our green beans, and so this is one of those things. It was a no-brainer to make sure that we planted the Blue Lake, so therefore we could ensure we got a pretty awesome yield. right before, the frost.
Absolutely. And also, like I said, go ahead and check out that video, because if y'all remember, I also went ahead and let you know that this bean right here takes right at about 68 days from planting to harvest. Okay. And so as y'all can see, we are out here right now. I want to say it's way past 68 days right now on these ones right here. Those ones over there, right at about probably 68 days or so, because I came on in succession plant them. I did not plant them all at the same time because we didn't want to be overrun with green beans. Okay, so
Overrun.
yeah, I think we are actually overrun right now, guys. But that is a good thing. Okay. Now, one of the thing is these beans, look at that. Real nice and
Let me see. I couldn't focus. Nice.
and juicy. Okay? They're very, very juicy.
So what the two plants?
That was probably about, yeah, this about three plants right there. It's about three plants.
So what, we're gonna harvest this whole row?
Yeah, we're gonna harvest this whole entire row. Move on over to the second row and harvest out of there as well. And what we will do, once we finish up harvesting, we will be right back to show you all the bounty of what we pulled off of these green beans right here, guys. Okay, so just go ahead and stay tuned, and we will see you guys shortly. Now, one of the thing is, like I said, these green beans, they're so juicy. Look at that. I picked this one and it hit on something and it just snapped right in half. So hey, but that's what we want. We want juicy green beans, right? So just stay tuned, guys. We will see you guys shortly. Okay, and so we just got through picking all those beans that we needed. And so what we are going to do, we'll show you all in just a moment the harvest that we just got from out of this garden bed here. And actually there are still more to be harvested out of the uh, the second and third row. We still have to get a little bit more beans out of there. What happened? Those beans, they did kind of got a little bit too big on us, so those one we will keep for us at home. Um, those are still perfectly fine for us, guys. We will consume those bigger beans. But what I want to do right now is show you all something that I've been talking about quite a bit, and I've been looking for some plants to see if I can find a madrule on them, guys. But I'm believing what happened when I pulled them up, the madrule fall off inside of the dirt, so I'm not able to show you. But with these beans right here, I actually did came on in and check uh, the madrule on some of them, and I can actually see some modules on these beans. And so I want to kind of show you all what it is that I have been talking about for quite a while now. Okay. Um, so like I always said, the reason for me planting these beans in these beds like this, especially around this time of year, is so that it can put back nitrogen in the soil, guys. So this bean plant right here, what these leaves do, they collect the nitrogen out of the air, like I always say. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you what it is that I've been talking about for quite a while now. Okay, as you all know, I don't like to step in my garden beds, so I'm going to come on around, because and the reason for me not don't like to step in these beds, because what happened when I step in them, you compact the soil, guys. And so I typically don't like to stand in them, but I'm going to come on around. Okay, now what I want you all to do, camera lady is going to go ahead and come on in real close, and I want you all to pay attention here, guys. Okay, so right here on this root right here, I'm going to show you all this root. Now, if you all look right here, those are those little nodules that I'm always talking about. Um, Usually what I would do,
Some over there
yep,
too.
oh yeah, they're all over. So if you look right here, you can also see some right there as well. All right. Now, what I usually do, um, you know, or what you can do is you can get these little nodules right here and you can crush them or you can squeeze them together and you will see all that stuff that's on the inside that will eventually get released back into the soil, guys, and therefore putting nitrogen back into the soil. Okay, so that is pretty much it right there. Something that I've been talking about for so long that I wanted to come on in and show you guys. So if you see right here, right here, right there, all over this root system on this bean plant, it's loaded with nodules. So you think about all these beans that I've came on in and plant inside of this garden. Think about all those nodules that's on those roots that will be getting released back into the soil. Okay, all right. In a way, when I come out here and I garden, and you see all this beautiful foliage right here, and you have animals, guys. I'm like, man, I should just go ahead and pull them on out and feed them to the goat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them just like this on top of the bed and let them go ahead and break back down. So all the nitrogen that these leaves also took out of the ground, all the different the potassium and phosphorus that these plants suck up out of the ground, it's still in the foliage of this plant. So therefore, when you leave it just like this on top of this bed and let it break back down into the soil, you will be releasing all that nutrients back in the ground. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. Like I said, I, I really want to kind of pull them and feed them to my animals because I know this would be a great treat for them. They would absolutely love it. But hey, the garden can use it as well. All right, so come on over here. We're going to go ahead and show you guys the beautiful harvest. And look at that, still pulling beans. We're going to show you the harvest that we just got out of here. So stay tuned and come on along, guys. Okay, and so this right here is that harvest that we just got through pulling off of these plants right here, guys. Now, what you looking at right here inside of this bag, this is about 20 pounds, actually right at about 21 pounds of beans inside of this, inside of these bags right here that will be going on out. Okay, and this right here is that bin that we picked, like I said, and that is pretty dang heavy, guys. Not sure how much pound is in that bin right there. But one of the things that I also want to go ahead and talk about real quick, just coming on in here and just looking, you would pretty much miss just about everything when you come to harvest these beans. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what you need to do to come on in and check just to make sure that your beans are doing well, making sure they are right at that point where that they are ready to be harvested. Okay, because like I said, if I come on down here and I'm just looking, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of beans. Okay, I'm seeing a whole lot of foliage that is pretty much hiding all those good beans that is underneath. And I'm saying beans, guys, but I'm talking about those uh, green beans. Okay, so what we did when we come on down here to harvest, we pretty much go ahead What I like to call this, I like to call this right here the skirt. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to lift the skirt up on this plant, and once you lift it up, what you're going to do, you're pretty much going to reveal all the beauty that is underneath. Okay, and so we'll just simply come on down here and pick away just like this. Okay, so make sure, because look at that, if you was just standing above and looking down, you wouldn't know that all this bean is underneath. Okay, look at that.
I
It's
mean,
back
just
to,
keep in mind what you picked here. We haven't even touched row 4 and 5.
yes, yes, row 4 and 5 is still loaded. And so we have to come on down here and pick these. What we're going to do, we're going to have to pick these and also freeze some of these beans. And yes, I know quite a bit of you guys out there said that you want to see my wife can some of these beans here, guys. Stay tuned for that. She will be coming to you all with canning videos on how to can these green beans and also pickle beans. All right, so stay tuned for that. So nonetheless, that is pretty much it right there. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Remember, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be blessed, and you be cheerful, guys. Until next time, I will see you all in another video.